Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome. A little bit out of it. Welcome to How You Livin on Edge Radio TV. I think I'm a little thrown because we are graced with our captain today.
Well,
Haven't seen you since last year.
that's
Welcome.
that's
Oscar.
right. Happy New Year's to you. It is amazing. You've gotten younger since last year.
God bless you for saying that. I found this portrait in my attic. And it's a portrait of me. And it's getting, every time I go up there, it's getting older and older. So I'm like, okay, I guess it's the Dorian Gray thing.
I love it.
I know you know what I'm
like
talking
some
about.
Benjamin Button stuff is going
Okay,
on. Like
I'll
you're gonna get younger until you become just a, and then we're gonna rock you in our arms. We're gonna cradle you.
And someone's going to have to feed me. It's all about getting fed. So today's a little different. And I want to say good afternoon, beautiful. Hey, Dr. Kiva.
Hello, how's it going?
Fine, we miss you. And I just want to give you
Ditto.
props.
I'm surprised to see Oscar.
Well, he surprised us this one. I'm like, if he's in the building, we're going to put him to work.
Well,
Well, you know what
I am happy. Dr. Kiva, I wish you were here with us, but you look fabulous.
You
So.
do. You look
Thank you,
gorgeous.
thank you. It was because yesterday when I was talking to Robin, she had mentioned that we hadn't seen you in a while.
Yes.
So she brought you in existence today.
You know I'm a witch. I always say that. Every time I talk about someone, they just appear.
Oh,
But I'm a good witch.
you're a good witch. As long as it's white magic, we're cool.
Brown magic. How
Brown
about that?
magic,
Yeah.
like cocoa, like
Yeah.
caramel.
Well, it's black girl magic.
Black
How about
girl
that?
Black
magic.
girl
There you
magic.
go.
There we
All
go.
right.
Black
Thank
girl.
you. We
I was going
got
to say
it.
black girl. Wait, we can't say white magic, black magic
No,
per se.
okay.
You know,
Black girl magic.
I love it.
That's
I love
the
it.
best kind of magic, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
especially
right.
after what's going on in the politics and stuff this week or last week
We
with
got
the
a lot
whole
to share.
insertion.
Absolutely. So what do you think about that?
Oh, I think it's a hot mess. But my big question about that whole thing
Mm-hmm.
is who dropped the ball? Who's really behind? Because when you saw them open the gates
Absolutely.
and start taking selfies with those
And
guys,
I don't know, did you see the one cop that was like, come on?
yeah,
I'm like, okay. At the highest levels,
yeah,
And just inserting Biden is not going to fix everything.
that's right.
We've got a lot of work to do.
So the real question, and maybe you ladies can give me your opinion on this, is who opened those gates? Was it the Bush?
Who let the dogs in?
Who let the dogs out? Yeah. Who let
let
the
the
dogs
dogs in this time?
About the funniest meme I saw, and every time I thought about it, the guy says, he had the guy with the horns
Yeah.
in his eye says, I don't always storm the Capitol, but when I do, I like to wear my double raccoon Braveheart outfit with my horns and my Chewbacca bikini.
The
Right?
internet never lets you down.
Oh my
They
God.
never let you down.
Every time I think about it, it's hysterical.
It is. I don't even know what to think about.
Well, I mean,
it.
I would guess that the same people, those police officers, are probably still with those organizations, you know.
That's the problem.
So they knew what was going to happen because they really did let them in.
Oh, they absolutely
Yeah.
did. And then you want to know how many of them are brand new in the last 4 years. Because we know that a lot of people become police officers so they could fulfill their agenda. Not all of them, but there are a lot of them that are very strong Trump supporters.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Well,
They've probably been playing
there's
a long
a
game, probably
there's a
longer
pol-
than 4 years.
uh-huh. There's a
Probably
police
longer than 4
protocol.
years.
I mean, the police protocol is that when you are going to, let's say, have a parade,
right.
you actually have to get a permit. They knew 10,000 people were going to be out there at that Trump rally. That's what they
Were there
predicted.
no
They knew it.
permits? There was-
Well, they got the permits, but the Washington police that's supposed to coordinate all of that is supposed to, because Secret Service protects the president.
right.
Then you've got, the CIA that's looking around. But after that, you've got military police. You got all these different agencies, snipers on the roof.
Right.
I mean,
Where are the snipers when you need them?
Yeah, exactly. So
made no
that
sense.
speaks to the fact that somebody
Just
was
playing.
aware that the gate was supposed to be left open and they did it. That's what that
Absolutely.
looks like to me. That doesn't look
But
like
didn't
some
they?
accidental we got
Oh,
overwhelmed
it was no
stuff.
accident.
But
Nothing.
didn't they also? Because you have the Capitol Police, and they spoke to the Capitol Police because DC isn't a state. It becomes it's more. They have more issues.
Right.
So the Capitol Police were supposed to take care of everything. They spoke to the Capitol Police, but because DC isn't a state, they could not necessarily send the Washington Police,
Right.
the DC
Right.
Police.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with that whole deal is that they were asked repeatedly by several agencies, should we be bringing in some of the feds, some of the federal troops, some of the ancillary troops, like you were saying, Kiva? And
they were
for some
denied.
reason, they refused it.
Right. Did you see the video? There's a video of the room of the president watching
I
the
just saw that
activities,
this morning.
and John Jr.'s girlfriend's dancing in the camera, and it's despicable. And he's practically giddy.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, he was glued to the screen.
Very glued.
He was
He wa-
watching the whole
He couldn't
thing.
believe how lucky he was to have that many people doing his bidding.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
And I heard that he also was mad because everybody wasn't as excited about it as he was. As a madman running the house. I mean, good Lord. So do you agree with the impeachment, you guys? What do you think?
Yes.
I think it's
Why
an
does he think they need to
exercise.
just remove him? You
Well,
know,
only
let-
because the impeachment is important because he won't be able to run again
well, he'll
if
be
they
doing
don't
time in
impeach.
4 years. If
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah.
he'll still be under many, many indictments in
I
4
think
years.
so.
Yeah, but
Many.
you would well, we wouldn't assume that we would have this type of person in the White House either. So it's
True
it's
that.
just best to make sure
Right.
that you block every
Could be
road
new
so
laws.
that he can't
Yeah.
try to come back.
That's true.
Right.
Well, I would love to see Pence do it. Put it on the Republicans. Let him just remove him.
Yeah,
you know?
he's not going to do
Yeah,
it.
he's not.
Well,
he's
he
not going
might.
to do
He's
it.
pissed off right now because his family is being threatened because
He's
he
still not
wouldn't
gonna do it.
what
Yeah.
Trump wanted him to do.
Unfortunately, I still don't think he has the stones.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
you
he's
might be
been a
right.
lapdog for Trump from
Yeah,
day one. And I
that's
just
true.
don't see him being the guy that says, I'm now going to stand up, because what all of those Republicans are afraid of, they don't think Trump is that great. But what they realized is that if, in fact,
They're fearful.
they go against him,
Yeah.
they're going to have a situation where
And
they
wh-
will not recover politically
Right.
from that.
And that's the sad thing is they are putting their political ambitions in front of their principles. Or they have no principles.
Yeah.
Basically.
Exactly.
It's really gross.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but when they showed the video of them watching that stuff, it was like Party Central.
Does he or does he not have the worst profile of anyone in American history? His profile makes me nauseous. Okay, I'm sorry.
You mean you don't like the Jabba the Hutt look?
That hairdo. It's crazy.
But you know
But-
I tell you what's crazy to me is that he's making such a big deal of not being able to go onto Twitter and go onto Facebook or YouTube. But he's the president. He can always hold a press conference.
And that
He
is
doesn't
what they
necessarily
continue
have to do social media. So I don't understand what's the big deal with him not being able to do social media.
It's just a habit he's had for the last 11 years, 15 years?
Well, but
Yeah,
think
but
about
he
how
didn't do a
many
press
egregious
conference.
things he says on Twitter.
Absolutely.
Probably in a press conference, you're not going to get up and say they were fine people on both
Absolutely.
sides.
On both sides. He can't retweet the repugnant stuff that comes to him.
Right.
So he's still limited even in his press conference. But you have a point. If he has something to say, he could get in front of the world and say it, and everybody will listen.
Right.
You know.
Well, he's got a large portion of people completely convinced. But here's another theory, and this may not be popular. You guys might feel like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Is right.
So there's a force at play here that's destabilizing this country, period, this government. And if you look at the Black Lives Matter, George, situation,
Uh-huh.
you had the Antifa group that was in there, and they were causing havoc. There were a bunch of white kids from the suburbs breaking windows with nappy wigs on, and that was ridiculous.
That's true.
That had nothing to do with Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
So is it possible that some of those same
Hell no.
insurgents.
Don't even go there.
I'm just asking.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
You ain't
not.
feeling
Don't
that.
you dare perpetuate that big
No,
fat
no,
lie.
not people that believe in Black Lives Matter.
But it didn't
people
matter.
that are insurgents that are inside those Trumpster groups that are
okay.
destabilizing stuff.
Well, why would Antifa go there to sabotage the Black Lives Matter movement and then turn around and sabotage the Trump movement? Whose side would they be on?
They're anti-government. So they destabilize both sides.
So maybe it wasn't Antifa who was coming in and disrupting the Black Lives Matter protests. Maybe it was Republican insurgents.
Oh.
You got to pick a side.
Well, no, I don't believe that. Well, see, this is the thing, and this is probably why I get people really upset, because I am an agnostic. Yes. And I straight up believe that there's heads of the same snake. I really do. I can't wrap my mind around some of the policies, even on the Democratic side, that are going to be implemented.
I agree.
And there's going to be some people that are like the guys that are on the far right that are going to be civil war.
Right.
You know, this is the problem. Trump is a person that's now going to become an ideology.
Yep.
Just like the Tea Party when Obama was in place.
That's right.
So he becomes more dangerous. Not because of what he says anymore, but because of the ideas he represented and the 73 million people that voted for him are following that. That's the real danger.
It really is. So what I would recommend for those of us of the brown persuasion is to be very cautious when you're just walking down the street. He has riled 70 million people, and you don't know if there's a radicalized person at the red light next to you. So be aware and get your concealed carry license ASAP. Those are my recommendations for the day.
Get a gun.
You just have to be careful. I mean, we can't live in a bubble anymore. We have to be aware that we're sitting ducks, so to speak.
Yeah.
A lot of us have a target.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a real thing. It's a real thing, because there are people who simply, based on the color of your skin, will rise up. So that's
very sad.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I think Houston is more of a bubble too, though.
Yeah.
I don't think we're as bad as some of the outskirts cities.
Agree. We have a really great, diverse, and supportive city. I would say, all things considered, even the protests we do have been. They've been pretty much mild and quite respectful.
Well, you know, I live further north, and the further north you go, the more blue it gets.
Yeah,
the more red it gets.
Yeah, you live in Red Town. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you have any flags up?
Say again?
Do you have? Well, I mean, I had like 3 Trump flags on my street in the yard. So, you know.
Yeah. Well, I've seen guys in pickup trucks and, you know, with the big flags in the back and the whole 9 yards. So it just depends. So what your advice is get strapped.
Get strapped and be aware. Grow some eyes behind your head. Just be aware. That's all. I definitely don't promote violence.
Yes.
I'm a peace lover. But I also say defend yourself.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Defend yourself and your family.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, folks, you are listening to the amazing Miss Robin and Dr. Kiva.
And I'm Mr. Oscar Hines.
I'm privileged just to be in the presence of you beautiful ladies. So we're going to be talking fitness next, right?
Yeah. This is New You Monday. It's really been a New You month. And so Dr. Kiva and I, you know, our job is to empower, educate, enlighten. And so we want to give our audience an opportunity to get their New Year's resolutions on track, getting their bodies right. We have one of the best bodies in the city coming up today.
Well, I could testify to this amazing, beautiful lady. So let's take a break, and when we come back, we will introduce you here on the Edge Radio Network. Back in just a moment with How You Livin'.
And Miss Ashley Sherrell.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
And we are back on New You Monday, and I am being joined by my captain of the ship. That's what I like to call him, Mr. Oscar Hines. He's not here that often. And today on New You Monday, we have Miss Ashley Sherrell, who is a fitness guru and very renowned around Houston and everywhere else, right?
Yes.
So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And
for
actually,
having me.
welcome back, because we thought it would be appropriate to bring you back on the New Year. So
Thank
tell
you
us a
for
little
having
about
me.
yourself.
Well, I'm a personal trainer, of course. I'm a Group X instructor. You know what Group X is, Group Fitness instructor. I've been doing this for a while. This is what I breathe. I eat fitness, weights. That's me.
And I have watched some of your videos, which are pretty amazing. When I
you.
watched you before I ever met you, I thought you were like 10 feet tall. 'Cause
Everyone
you
says that.
operate 10 feet tall. I mean, you're a beast.
I hear that actually. That's something a lot of my clients, they say, when I see you on Instagram, I thought you were like 6 feet tall.
Because you are doing the
Hey,
thing.
thank you.
So, I don't know if, you met him before. You have some questions? You also,
Well, the thing that I love about somebody who projects larger than life is that means that energetically you are producing so much energy. People look at you and they see this huge being. So when you first started, obviously now you're confident, you're ferocious in this space. But when you started, did you have that level of confidence? Was it something that you grew to gain, or how did that start for you?
Good question. Kind of half and half. I have a lot of confidence in myself. That's me, period. But when it came to structuring and wanting to, I have to charge you. So I went from running a huge commercial gym, 24-hour fitness, LA Fitness, to actually working one-on-one. That's where it came more tricky, actually believing myself and like, you could do this. This is easy. I know a lot of people don't think that when they say it like that, this is easy, but literally this is what I breathe.
Right.
So fitness, this is easy.
So because it's something you love, it
Mhm.
becomes real easy.
Easy.
And you have a huge following.
Yes.
And it appears that you have every demographic, like women of every age.
Mm-hmm.
And we have some amazing before and afters, which really got me. I said, I guess I'm gonna have to be one of your clients.
I'm waiting on you.
I've been asking Dr. Kiva to show me what she knows. She refuses. So I said, I guess I'm gonna have to pay somebody now.
I'm waiting. Come on over.
I'm coming. I'm
Come
coming.
on.
That's my promise to myself in front of the world. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You said the show New Me.
We'll do the before and after, Robin.
Mm-hmm.
The before ain't gonna be pretty, but come June, I'll be showing up.
I love it. I love it. So people oftentimes have a voice in their head.
Mhm.
They're conflicted.
Mhm.
You know, they're making the resolution, oh, I'm going to be washboard stomach, I'm losing 30 pounds, and they all start out with these noble intentions.
Yeah.
January 1, by statistically January 15th, they're back eating Fritos and bonbons.
Right.
Yes.
How do you get that voice in your head to fall in line with your body?
It's about mind over matter. You know, do you want to be healthy or not? It's kind of once you dedicate yourself to it, let's do it. I don't let my clients quit either. So first month, you can't quit. I tell them that I'm not gonna let you quit.
So you're also their accountability partner,
Mhm.
because that's important.
Yes,
Okay.
major, and they're theirs too.
Okay.
You eat bad. I tell you what to eat,
Okay.
but you come in and you're puking. You feel like crap throughout the workout. And I ask you, what did you eat last night?
Right.
And you had, some ribs and, mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you feel like that.
Right.
So eat what I say and come back and let me know how you feel. And I always prove them wrong. They feel great.
It makes a difference.
Mhm.
So do you agree with the Mediterranean diet? I know that's like a real popular one.
I don't agree with trend diets.
Okay.
I believe in eating.
Okay.
You have to eat for your body. So all the keto diets and the Atkins.
So what do you like to do? How do you?
We eat. We
You model
take
your
out what we can. So as humans, we weren't designed to digest milk and dairy.
Mhm.
So let's take out what we weren't designed to process,
Right.
which is pork. We can't process pork. We can't process the cheese breakdown. Once you take out the bad eating and eating portion sizes and not eating till you are stuffed, eating till you're satisfied, we can do a lot.
So what's your idea of a great, fun snack?
A fun snack.
And don't say carrot sticks, because ain't nothing fun about that.
Okay,
Unless you're
so-
dipping them in ranch.
Okay, let me give you one. Okay, so I'll take dairy-free yogurt.
Okay.
Silk is the only brand that makes it, if you want to look for it.
Okay.
So I'll take dairy-free yogurt, raisins, and crunch up some whatever flavor you want rice cakes. They make
Okay.
chocolate rice cakes. They make
Okay.
apple cinnamon. It's like heaven in a bowl.
Okay.
What
that's
about
good.
granola? You could put granola
You
in
put
there.
granola
I
in
was
it.
waiting for the say granola. I'm like, is there something bad about granola?
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I just like
Okay.
rice cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
That's
Yeah.
mine.
So someone who, I'm sorry, you go.
Well, I was going to say to get Dr. Kiva in here for a minute.
Yeah.
You've been a vegetarian, Doc, for many, many
vegan.
moons.
Bite your
A
tongue.
vegan. I apologize.
Shame.
So obviously you noticed a change in your body when you did that, right?
That's a good question.
Not for me, because I stopped eating like beef and pork maybe over 30 years ago. And it wasn't because of health. It was because I didn't like the taste of it. So I
So
wasn't
you was-
ever a big meat eater to begin with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
No.
what do you think, Ashley, about meat in general? You mentioned pork, and we understand pork because pork, for those listeners that may not know this, pork actually carries worms and parasites that are
Yes.
not killed when you cook it. Ergo, the admonishment in the good book that
Yeah.
says avoid
Cloven-
animals with cloven hooves.
And doesn't that also include beef then?
Well,
It might not have
technically,
worms, but it does have
technically,
cloven
a
hooves.
oxen would have a cloven hoof, but
Okay.
not a cow.
Oh, cows do not.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
I believe we talked about this last time, Dr. Kiva. Your blood type.
Yeah.
So, blood types, that's where it gets tricky. Certain blood types can't process meat, period. And so that's when you have this client and they're putting in all the work. That's when you look a little deeper.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Yep.
And my
So-
blood type has me being a vegetarian.
Well, so I want to tell anybody that has A blood type specifically, you don't have the digestive juices to digest beef
That's
Right.
or any kind of meat.
That's
Correct.
right.
You should be
And so,
pescatarian or
and I'm
vegetarian.
A-positive.
Right.
You're
And I'm
A positive.
And that's me.
So you know
You're
what,
A
Dr.
positive also?
Kiva,
So I
if
can
you
get blood.
if both of you are A positive, like with
Yeah.
Kiva,
and that's why she's good.
she's an instinctive eater. So
Yeah.
instinctively, her body said, I can't
Right.
digest that stuff.
Correct.
Wow. So
Now,
if
if
I
you're
gave
O
up
type-
meat, my body might
Oh, your
respond in a
body would
really good
respond
way.
amazing.
It will respond. It will respond. Yeah.
She's like, that's what I've been telling you for 6 months.
This is where Kiva goes, duh.
All right, sister, we're gonna have to try it.
And if you're an O blood type, then technically you have the digestive juices to break things
process it
down.
Are you old?
No, I'm a B.
Okay.
It's a balanced personality.
Okay. of
But no,
course.
I can technically. But you know what the nemesis of the bee is? Chicken.
Really,
You're
my
not
favorite
supposed-
meat.
And I
Yes.
eat
I
a
can
lot
eat
of
chicken every
fowl.
day, yeah.
You know, but I'm getting away from that.
Okay.
You
I guess
know
I am
what's
too.
interesting, even about chicken, because beef, it takes a long time for your body to digest, just in
Yes.
general. Maybe 3 days, and you'll still have beef. But now with how they do chicken, with putting in different hormones,
Mhm.
now chicken is just as unhealthy as beef.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's right. And you know, some people they'll be like, "Oh, I love some chicken wings."
Uh-huh.
You know where they inject the hormone
No, I don't
in the
wanna know.
chicken?
Don't say
Right in the wing.
La, la,
Right
la,
in
Yes.
the wing.
I don't want to know because that's my favorite
You
meat
get
in the
a
whole wide
double
world.
dose of hormones
I'm all
from
about that
chicken
wing
wings.
life. Damn. All right.
Sorry.
Okay. I need to know.
Ashley,
You know,
I have a
need
question
to know
for
so
you.
that-
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So with this being a new year,
Mhm.
and you know the one of the first New Year's resolution is of course to lose weight, to get into shape. How would you suggest, or what suggestions would you have for someone to start that process?
Just start. A lot of people I'm gonna start tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow's January 1st. Just do it. Don't wait on the 1st. Just get going. If it's January 1st, let's wake up and do it. There's no need to sit around, think about it. If you don't have a trainer, get on the treadmill. You know how to walk.
But that's easier said than
Mhm.
done.
It
'cause
is easier
I'm
said-
that person she's
Mhm.
talking about.
Right.
I make I said maybe what I should do, and
Mhm.
maybe if you agree, I need to put it on my phone, my calendar, on my schedule, the way I do everything else.
Yes.
And maybe I'll obey it then.
Maybe, but it sounds like because you're on the phone, then when you get to the gym, you're on the phone.
No, I mean, I have a gym at home. There's
You have a
no
gym at home?
excuse.
Okay, so
There's
yeah,
no
there's no
excuse.
excuse.
You know, I find something else to do.
That's right. And
Yeah,
so it's
but
all
you're-
about yourself. So you
Yes.
ask yourself, do you want to feel like this forever? Are you going to
I mean,
look
like
down
this.
at 10 years ago and say, man, I had the same goals
Yeah.
10 years ago that I got today? Or are we going to do something about it?
Okay.
You're your own accountability partner. You
Yeah.
know, you don't have to count on someone else because it's for you.
Right.
Or if you have grandkids, I always
Mhm.
tell my clients that have grandkids, you know, you don't want to be the old grandma that has to, you know, just sit around and
Right.
just watch.
Right.
You know, you want to
Yeah.
move.
Mhm.
That's right. So you know what I'm hearing, Ashley? You've got to figure out your why. Your why could be your grandkids,
Right.
but you've got to figure out your why because
Mhm.
just having a reminder on the phone is like a snooze button. You can just say, nope,
Yeah.
Right.
I got some Fritos to eat or
Yeah.
something.
I have
Well,
something
folks,
else to
you're
do.
listening to How You Living, and you should be asking that question, how are you living? We're going to take a quick break. We're here with Ashley and Dr. Kiva, and when we come back, we want to drill down a little bit on some of the diet, but also some of the exercises we can
Let's
do
do
to
it.
make the real difference in 2021. Back in a moment.
The Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually, because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay.
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.
And we are back, and this is How You Livin' with Robin B. and Dr. Kiva. We have with us Miss Ashley today, the fabulous personal trainer, but also counsel, advisor, motivator, spiritual leader.
Yeah.
I mean, what else do you do, Ashley?
I'm telling you, I even was telling somebody I need to change it to personal trainer / life coach, because that is me.
Yes,
really
yes. Well, we were just talking before we took the break about people trying to find their why.
Right.
Is there a way that you can sort of encourage listeners on how you get to that place so you get out of bed and go do the exercise?
Well, in my eyes, when we wake up in the morning, there's a goal. Everyone has a certain goal. If it's rather just waking up, going to work, coming home, cooking dinner, add that into your day. So we're waking up and you're already discouraged. We've been discouraged for about 6 months. So take that, get up, and when we're in the gym, find something fun. Don't do something that is, okay, jumping might be intimidating someone. So that's why we've come up with Zumba classes. You like to dance. I hear you like to salsa.
Oh, yeah.
So, jumping around on the treadmill might not be fun to you, but you would be surprised how many calories you could burn doing Zumba. So find something that fits you. It might not be the bike. It might be going to class and salsaing. They even have salsa classes. But there is something out there to get you to move. There is a new class that I'm getting ready to teach, and it's called Just Move. So we're going to do squats literally for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to play the craziest beat, and they can be so free for 60 seconds doing their own exercises, burning their own calories however they want. And then when I stop and go back to that song, we're doing squats, and then we're going back to what they wanted to do. So it's not about doing something that's boring, because fitness doesn't have to be boring. There's rollerblading. You can bring back childhood memories, getting out there with your kids, going to ride a bike, something like that.
I love it. I love it. Well, you know what's cool about what you're saying, and it's well, I wanted to back up because there's two thoughts, and this is really just something for people to think about. Every time they do cardiovascular exercise, everybody says, "Oh, well, it's because I'm working my heart out."
Right.
That's only one, and it's not even the biggest system. When you're working physically moving around, your lymphatic system and your endocrine system, all of which holds a lot of toxins. In fact, that's if you can sweat and you can, you know how people have lumps under their armpits? Those are lymph nodes that are essentially clogged up.
Right.
You
so
start working
exercise
out.
will remove
Oh,
that.
man.
Yes.
Good
It'll
to
reverse
know.
all of that.
Exercise
Well,
doesn't necessarily have to be for weight loss. Some people have to activate certain things to get other things to kick in.
Okay.
Exactly.
So the only big concern that I would have is that a lot of people don't want to go to the gym because of COVID.
Right.
So not going to so sometimes the gym isn't an option. So what can they do? What do you think they could do at home for cardiovascular?
So that's when I mentioned rollerblading. That's a new thing right now, especially when we were actually locked down. I would take walks throughout my apartment, and I would see someone going up and down the ramp in the garage rollerblading, and they're using endurance, everything. There's biking. You have your kids. Get outside. We can toss frisbees. We have kickball. We have t-ball. All types of things. There are actual fun activities, COVID-free. We're outside, away from everybody.
But
because like what Oscar was saying, what I do sometimes is use a trampoline. Because the trampoline also starts to go into your lymphatic system.
Yeah.
Yes, that's fun.
I have a little trampoline at home.
Totally forgot about that. They even started classes like that. There's a class. Yeah, it's called bounce. Literally, you just bounce around.
And that sounds fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, shoot, you could watch YouTube and know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
There's really no excuse, and I'm not giving myself any.
It's a new year. What's the show called? New Year,
New You, Robin. Talk to you. Look in the mirror, girl.
Well, you know, I think too, if you can, like I found myself in a weird, you know, when right in the middle of COVID, right, I'm outside raking leaves. You know, I think I had a gin and tonic or something in my hand, and I had music, and then I started dancing with the rake. And after a while, I looked in the and it looked kind of cool. I was going to do it. I was going to put it on TikTok.
That you needed to do that.
My kids were like, "Dad, you got to do that on TikTok." I'm like,
50 million people watching you.
Yes.
So dancing at home can be great.
Amazing.
Too.
That's something
Right.
my mom growing up, I used to watch her do. She wouldn't go to the gym. She would be dancing around the house. Like, what are you doing? Just dancing. And if Apple Watches were out back then, I'm pretty sure if we would look at how many calories she was burning, she was burning crazy amounts. We're moving. Your legs are oxygen. So we're walking, we're moving, those legs are activated. We're burning calories.
But you know, it's also a mood elevator. Like when you start moving like that, the lymphatic system, all of that is moving, but also all the hormones, you know, the adrenaline, the testosterone, and the estrogen, everything is moving around the body and really starting to elevate your mood as well.
100%. When my clients have a bad day, they walk in and be like, "Can we do some ball slams? I need to get some of this out."
What's a ball slip?
We'll take a weighted ball, lift up, do some squats. We'll get you in.
I'm glad you defined that. Because, as the only guy here, that sounded very painful.
He got real nervous.
Like, what's that? But you know, slamming things. We have the sledgehammer. We can do all types of things. Just getting all those endorphins out. Get them out. And next thing you know, you leave that hour workout smiling, bounce off the wall.
Now, one thing I like about you have organized all of your workouts, and they're in segments. I saw it on YouTube.
Yes.
So if it depends on what somebody wants. Like if I want to focus on my bottom half, you have a video that really targets 100%. That area, and that's really good. And so if you have, let's say I want to come in for training, but I only want one really focused on one area.
Then personal training, that gets a little different.
Okay.
So what's our goal here? A lot of people will come in and say, I want to lose my belly.
Yeah.
That's the last thing to go.
Okay.
I always tell everybody that.
Mhm.
Don't come in thinking, okay, I'm going to personal train
Mhm.
and I'm going to only work out my stomach. We're going to do an hour of abs
Right.
3 times a week. That's not sufficient enough.
Mhm.
So on the website, it's more of a guide to
Okay.
assist. So all my online programs are to assist you. Someone who doesn't know, someone who's afraid to be in the gym,
Okay.
don't want anyone to see him. You want to kind of hide off to the side, but you still want to know what to do. That's what online is for.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
you do train in person
Yes,
also.
yes, yes.
Good to know.
No, that
Hey,
is-
Ashley,
Yes, ma'am.
what are your thoughts on muscle groups? Because you know how sometimes, at least back in the day, people
Mhm.
would maybe work upper body, then lower body, or what was it, backs and tries and chests and buys?
It
Yeah, what do
always
you
Question.
think about that?
It always depends what the client is, what the goal is. If weight loss is the goal, then of course we'll have our days where we'll target certain things. But our goal is to target. We have a weight loss goal, and we have short term goals. I never want my clients to come in and think we're gonna lose 30 pounds in 30 days.
Right.
It's not happening. Don't even ask me that. You know, we're coming in. One, does your mind connect with your body? It's so many things to check first.
Right.
And so when it comes to only targeting certain muscle groups, yes, we can do buys and tries that day, but are you a client that needs to focus on weight loss right now? Because right now we need to focus on targeting your heart rate, keeping your heart rate up in that moment.
Okay, here's a question. In terms of wanting to lose weight,
Mhm.
which would be more important, cardio or weight?
Both.
Okay, so you can't do one without the other.
I say no.
I don't
So-
like cardio, but I love weights.
But you don't have to do boring cardio.
Okay.
So there's cardio when it comes to, you can do, I wish we had some room.
I know.
We can go into a burpee. Once you in that burpee position, we can go into
burpees are not bad.
Yeah.
I could do one.
we
That's progress, right?
Hey, that's
One
something.
and
Next
done.
week we can do 2.
All right.
Like one pull up. Okay, I'm done.
That's my workout.
But yes, so let's do a burpee, and then after those burpees, let's do triceps.
Okay.
The whole time we're going from cardiovascular to weights. We're keeping your heart rate up the whole time.
I've seen people doing those big heavy ropes. What's
Battle
that
ropes.
for?
Arms and weights. I mean,
Okay.
arms and cardio. So
Dr. Kiva, do you do those?
yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So
I
that
have
does
some
the
for you.
arms
And
it does-
you'll feel it into every part of your body also.
Literally, it's a full body workout. It's not necessarily
Okay.
just a arm workout. So of course you're out of breath,
And then
but
you're
then you're
holding your
sitting in your squat position, so you're holding that squat,
Okay.
and then you're moving those arms, so your core is engaged, your abs, everything. Your arms are locked in. It's amazing.
Okay. And so the plank is also effective?
Planks are effective,
Okay.
amazing. A full body in your core, your trunk. It helps support your back. A lot of people
Okay.
have back issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
And, you know, Dr. Kiva, I know you are, well, I'll tell you what, I was going to say, because you probably can get into it, but one of the most important things, I think, is also being limber, right? And
She's limber.
stretching that. That's a major part of it,
Yeah.
especially when we got a little snow on the roof, right?
Oh,
we become tight like a
snow
steel
under-
drum.
under the hat.
So we need some flexibility.
That's
So
stiffness, yeah.
maybe we could talk a little bit about that. We're up against the break. Let's go ahead and take this break. We are here with Ashley, personal trainer, and I would say, you know, motivational, educational, life coach-ish, all of that, and a bag of
All that.
a bag of we can't say
Chips.
chips.
Granola.
That's not healthy.
No,
A bag
and a
of
bag of-
Granola.
Granola.
I like it.
See all that in the back of your
Oh,
granola.
granola. I love it. We'll be back in just a moment. How you living?
Be right back.
Don't push me because I'm close to the edge.
I'm trying not to lose my head.
Hey, this is the Talk About Unity show where I bring the talk.
And I bring the unity.
And together we talk about unity. Unity is what matters.
Come on.
And right now in our country, that's what we've got to do. So we do that here at Talk About Unity on the Edge Radio Network. Be with us every week.
It's going to be awesome. It always is. And I tell you what, the more we seek first to understand, then be understood, we make progress.
And we like to do that. And that's why everybody's on the brink. We love what we do at Edge Radio because everybody's on the edge. We bring them back from the edge and we bring the unity. So we're just glad. Edge Radio Network every Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Talk about unity because here at Edge Radio Network, truth still matters.
And we are back. This is How You Livin on the Edge Radio Network, located right in the heart of Midtown. We invite live studio audiences to join us. Great breakfast, great conversations, and you would make it greater. So we invite you to come on out. If you can, share with friends. Go to edgeradiotv.com and make sure you connect. Soon to come will be mobile app and all these ways to connect. But we are speaking with Ashley, personal trainer, and we were talking just before the break, Ashley, about some of the things that we can do to now increase our heart rate. But what about our flexibility? A lot of people shy away from that very important part of exercise.
Super important. One, you don't want to pull anything.
Right.
So before you're working out, let's stretch. We have dynamic stretches where it's just simple squats, simple forward lunges, getting your body going. So of course you have your basic stretches, but an actual dynamic stretch, getting your actual body warm, doing basic simple exercises to get your body going. Then after that, actually stretching and properly recovering after that. And also when you train a lot, I always tell my clients and everyone else, I always suggest stretching and mobility days. I even have those. I take a whole hour and foam rolling. There's a hypervolt. I know everyone sees that cool little vibrating gun that everyone sees.
Mm-hmm.
You can get it. Now they make so many versions of it. So using that, working out the muscle, having days where you actually foam roll, sitting on that huge little block and rolling, getting your back loose, everything. That's super important.
Do you have a video of that?
Video of me doing that?
Wouldn't that be a good one?
I have so many videos. It would take me forever to
Okay.
find that. I wish I wasn't the person with like 5,000 videos in their phone, but I am.
Okay.
But a foam roller is a simple, huge look. Think of a PVC pipe.
I have one.
Okay.
Just don't know how to use it.
Yes.
I have everything. I just don't know how to use
It
it.
sounds like you need to call me when we leave here.
I'm going to do that.
So taking a foam roller, and if you don't have one of those, a little pipe, and just rolling out on the side. You're rolling that little muscle. You would be surprised. Someone that has knee issues, you would be surprised that your glutes are probably really tight. That's why your knees are in pain. Or your cat. Yeah. So a tightness somewhere probably is a pain somewhere is
all
tightness
relative.
somewhere else.
Somewhere
Yeah, it
else.
goes together.
It's really
Goes
good
together.
to know.
Yep.
Okay.
Completely.
When I started doing yoga, and one of the people I have to thank is Dr. Kiva. You know, she and I've known each other for a number of years, but she showed me one exercise called a pigeon, which is kind of a hip opener and a lower back opener. And once I started doing that, I was noticing a difference. I've been living pain-free. I used to have back issues, but it's exactly what you said. A lot of it is a lack of flexibility, not so much that your bones are aligned. So as a chiropractor, Dr. Kiva, give us your professional take on that.
Well, when people come to see me, by the time they have pain in their back, it could be that they could be out of alignment, and also they could have they could have muscle spasms. So if I give you an adjustment, it's going to help, but you have to be able to stretch through that also. So if you're stretching the muscle, then when I give you adjustment, the adjustment's going to stay longer. And it's all to do with the whole fascia system when we start to talk about pain in one place that's in another area also. And you can also use a tennis ball. Ashley did mention you can use a tennis ball if you don't have a foam roller. Maybe you can have a tennis ball that you can roll on. But yeah, if I give you an adjustment and you don't stretch, the adjustment won't stick. So it's best that we work hand in hand.
That's good. So do you also take your patients and tell them about, like encourage them to do yoga?
You know I do.
Okay.
I tell them to drink water because it could be dehydrated, because dehydration could cause some, for muscles not to glide over each other. And then I also give them stretches to do.
Okay. I don't know. What am I chopping?
So let me ask you this, Ashley, because I know this may be out of your purview, but what about CBD products? Because sometimes that helps with flexibility, movement, things like that. So that's
something I did say I probably need to start looking in a little more into. I have myself, I had a really bad back pain a couple months ago, and someone gave me like some candy, and they were like, try this and it'll just help your back. I'm not gonna say I didn't feel relaxed, but I'm kind of more. I need to research. I'm kind of one of those.
Candy?
Yes.
Oh, CBD candy.
CBD
yes.
candy.
I thought it was like a chewable.
Okay.
And then she was
Let's be clear. I needed to feel better, and that was the only reason.
I need to get.
Hey, look, I think all senior citizens should just smoke weed.
I think it's becoming more and more popular. You know?
Yeah.
It is a thing. It is. It is. Yeah.
And it needs to be. I think we, give them something to do.
Oh my gosh! But there is a proven correlation between your flexibility, your freedom, your movement, and CBD. What's interesting, and we're going to actually be talking about, there's receptor sites that they just discovered 10 years ago in the human body for cannabinoids. Okay. It didn't exist in the scientific mind, so they vilified weed. What did you say, Doc?
No, I've seen that with some of my classes when we talk about nutrition. It's actually, that's what it's called, the cannabinoids receptor sites.
Yes.
I never knew that.
And that means that our body actually has a receptor site, like it's a lock and a key, and our body has a desire, a need, a genetic and biological reason why we should be indulging in cannabinoids. Now, maybe not the THC side, the psychotropic, but definitely the CBD. But to be honest, if you use both sides, you're going to get a much better effect because they work synergistically.
Isn't that legal? Isn't weed legal in Houston or in Texas now?
It's not legal. I think what they did is they just give you like a ticket instead of taking you to jail.
They're not criminalizing it.
Yes.
Well, I think medicinal.
Okay.
You can actually, it is legal medicinally, but you just can't really find too many people who are doing the subscribing it.
So can you write a prescription, Dr. Kiva? May I please have a prescription?
Because baby need a new pair of shoes. Baby needs some legal marijuana.
Some legal marijuana.
Hey, look, man.
I can't do time. We already
That's right. Make no mistake about it. Well, before this conversation completely goes south, we got to ask Miss Ashley how folks get connected to you. How do they get involved in your programs? Tell us how that all works.
And I have a gift for you before we sign off.
I have a lot of ways you can get contact with me. My Instagram, Ashley Sherrell. I make it easy.
She does.
Ashley Sherrell everywhere. It's only one of me, so it's pretty hard to mix them up. Ashley, SHERRELL. Super easy. Add .com to it, and you can get to me also. Let's see. This is a busy year for me.
Yeah.
I have a lot of things going on. I'm getting.
This is because this is your second. I'm gonna
Thank
just hand it over.
you.
Sure.
Thank you.
We want to thank you for coming. This is from my brand, of course.
Thank
So
you.
I'm all about healthy tea.
Awesome. I love tea.
Normally I put ginger, but I didn't have any on hand.
Okay, I love
So
tea.
that's strawberry green tea, which is super,
Yum.
super, super healthy, full of antioxidants.
Awesome.
And then that is our world famous tea infuser bottle.
Ooh,
So,
fancy. Thank you.
use it in good health.
Thank you. Yes.
I know you guys are always hydrating. Now you
Yes.
could take that with you.
Awesome. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank
Thank you all
you.
for having me.
We appreciate
Yes.
you very much.
Well, awesome. So AshleySherrell.com.
Yes.
Can't go wrong.
Nice and
Or if
simple.
you're
Ashley.
in Instagram,
Yes.
Hey, Ashley, before we leave, what
Yes,
little
ma'am.
nugget can you give to our guests about fitness and what they can do for 2021?
that's good.
Little suggestion, little nugget you can leave. with them.
2021, let's move. Let's find something fun, exciting, something new for us to do.
All right.
Yeah.
That's great.
Keep moving. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, I have been honored to be blessed and sit next to
Well,
you
have
and
Dr.
virtually.
Kiva to thank for that.
Hey, look, anytime I can be the cream in the middle of this Oreo cookie, I'm down like 4 flat tires.
Well, we appreciate you. And we got a lot of new shows coming up, don't we?
Yes.
Can you give us a quick one?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We had Moguls on the Move this morning.
Saw that.
We have Sex on the Edge with Jen and Hen. It will be filmed this afternoon, but it will premiere in the evening.
Like midnight.
It's going to be explicit conversation, but we're talking about how you're sexing.
Wow. Okay.
And
we're
these
gonna
are
be
two
watching that
licensed
one.
sex therapists. So
Okay.
they are not just raunchy speakers,
Right.
they're licensed professionals. And they're going to talk to us about sex,
Will you
baby.
be there? Will you be on that show?
I will eventually, yes.
Okay.
I absolutely.
Super
I don't know if
provocative.
I want to reveal all my secrets.
Okay. Yeah. Be careful.
Yeah.
You already have a fan base that's out of control.
Be careful. Anyway, there's several other shows, so stay tuned to the Edge Radio Network. Thank you for joining us today. We will be back again next Monday at 12 noon with How You Livin'.
See you, Dr. Kiva.